welcome you and good morning, and thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I am Alicia Lewis. Jason Hackett has the morning off. As you just heard, the government is back open. We have so much to get to, but first we do want to give you your forecast as you're getting ready to head out the door, maybe for work, for school. Mace Michaels in for John. Good to have you here, Mace.
Hey, happy to be here. Yeah, it's not bad. Nice morning outside. 30s for November. You take that. Obviously could be in the teens and 20s this time of year. So decent start to the day. Few little clouds around the area. We'll be way up though into the 50s and 60s over the next couple of days. We're talking about lots of mild temperatures. Again, right now outside starting the day in the mid 30s. The wind is pretty light. That'll pick up just a touch later this afternoon. It's touch breezy yesterday, same thing for today. It's warmest in southwest Minnesota. You see some 40s, coolest in northern Minnesota where the sky has been clear all night in the 20s. Again, this is why it's warmer in the southwest. Some of the clouds moving through and a few of those clouds clipping the metro. We make it up into the mid 50s for later today, and we should be mostly sunny by that point in time. We will have some clouds track through in the next few hours. Cece?
Good morning, 6:01. A great day out on the road so far. I haven't seen a single crash since I started tracking conditions around 4:45. Taking a look here, this is live in White Bear Lake. Good morning if you're waking up in that area. Very quiet. Same thing around the Twin Cities Metro here. Not seeing a lot of slowing at this point in the morning, but we'll obviously check in with that at 6:30 and at 7 o'clock. This is a good sign this morning, but I do have a few construction projects I want to talk about. We'll go to Rosemount over the next hour. We'll also head over to 494 where there's going to be a weekend project. We're going to need to detour. I want to know all those details over the next hour, so stick around.
Cece, thank you. We have to get to some breaking news just into the newsroom out of St. Paul. If you look at your screen, kind of hard to see, but you can see a truck has crashed into a house. This is near 7th Street West and Snelling Avenue South. This is a live look from the scene. Our photographer just arrived there minutes ago and is working to try to get some more information. You can see the red and blue lights from, I'm guessing, is a police officer. Again, our photographer just got there. This is on Snelling Avenue in the St. Paul area. So we'll continue to monitor this and update you throughout the morning. Breaking this morning, the federal government is officially back open after the longest shutdown in our nation's history. Here's the President Trump signing the bill just after the House passed it late last night, ending the 43-day shutdown. We have team coverage as this story continues to develop overnight into the morning hours, and there's a lot to break down and a lot of your questions to answer this morning. Michelle Beck is at the live desk with what's in the bill. But first, let's get to Audrey Russo live at MSP, where the FAA just announced new information about your flights. Hey, Audrey.
Yeah, a lot more optimism here at the airport. Delays are down. They were in the double digits yesterday. Today, there's only about 7, according to FlightAware. There are still some cancellations, though, about 32 across the board. But things are going to get back to normal. Experts say it's going to take about a week, but just this morning, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announced that the FAA flight reduction will remain at 6%, meaning airlines don't have to cut 10% of their flights by tomorrow as originally planned. Duffy says that's because more controllers are showing up to work, so really a bonus there, but airlines still have some logistical work to do. A former FAA administrator says the last few weeks of chaos have caused planes and crews to be stranded in the wrong cities. Passengers we spoke to this morning, though, are feeling a lot more optimistic that they'll actually be able to get on their flights.
We were really worried that our flight would be canceled because it wasn't completely full when I looked at it on the app. But we've been very lucky, and I watched the Delta postings on Facebook because they posted like 2 days in advance once they got through all the cancellations for that day.
So how do we avoid chaos like this at airports in the future? Well, coming up in about 30 minutes, I've got more on a piece of legislation that's currently being introduced and discussed right now that would really take FAA-controlled facilities out of the equation during government shutdowns. Again, that's coming up in about a half hour, but for now, I'll send things back to you.
Big sigh of relief for so many folks that have plane tickets, especially leading up to one of the busiest travel days with Thanksgiving right around the corner. All right, Audrey, thank you so much. Now, the bill passed the House 222 to 209 with 6 Democrats voting in favor and 2 Republicans against. This morning, we're getting a clearer picture of that final version. Michelle Beck is at the live desk with that. Hey, Michelle.
Well, hey, Alicia. And here's President Trump in a late night Oval Office event signing the bill to reopen the government. Let's take a look at what is inside first. The deal restores federal worker jobs and pay. It reopens parks, museums, and offices, extends food assistance funding, stabilizes airport operations, and funds short-term disaster relief. To the dismay of many Democrats in Congress, the bill does not guarantee an extension of those Affordable Care Act subsidies. The president said his health care proposal is to redirect money from insurance companies to Americans. Democrats are keeping the pressure on.
And I'm calling today for insurance companies not to be paid, but for the money, this massive amount of money, to be paid directly to the people of our country so that they can buy their own health care, which will be far better and far less expensive than the disaster known as Obamacare.
The occupant of the Oval Office went as far as the Supreme Court to deny hungry children food, and now he's going to deny those children, their parents, health care. So we just need to keep the focus, not lose the plot. The plot is the people, and remember who is to blame for the moment we find ourselves in.
Yeah, so staying on the issue, Senate Republicans also promised to hold a vote by sometime next month to extend healthcare subsidies. And that, however, doesn't guarantee success. Without the enhanced tax credit, premiums on average will more than double, Alicia, for millions of Americans. So definitely a lot at stake here still.
Another issue they'll have to address down the road. But so many people that were working without pay for 43 days, waking up with a big sigh of relief this morning, Michelle. Thank you for that. And be sure to stay with KARE 11 as we're monitoring all of these new developments throughout the day, on air, online, and streaming on KARE 11 Plus. 6:07 other news headlines. We have an update on the case against Vance Belter this morning. The man charged with assassinating Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman and her husband, and shooting Senator John Hoffman and his wife. In federal court yesterday, his defense team told the judge that the government shutdown was impacting their work on the case, slowing them down as they're trying to sort through hundreds of thousands of pages of evidence and hundreds of hours of audio and video. Federal prosecutors said they're still deciding whether to seek the death penalty. Belter's next court hearing scheduled for February. Well, a horrific, just horrible story out of Cokato this morning. Police say they're looking for more answers after a man was jailed accused of killing his coworker with a sledgehammer. The woman was attacked Tuesday morning at Advanced Process Technologies in Cokato. That's about an hour west of Minneapolis. Now, according to charges, 40-year-old David DeLong admitted to killing his 20-year-old coworker, Amber Check. According to the charges, DeLong told police he did not like her and had been planning to kill her. Investigators say it was all caught on surveillance cameras as well. Amber's father told us that he's heartbroken and his daughter was outgoing, a hard worker, and helped anyone in need. Just an awful story. Well, in just a few hours, the convicted mastermind behind the kidnapping and murder of a Minneapolis realtor will learn his sentence. Last week, a jury found Lyndon Wiggins guilty on all counts in the death of Monique Bao. He's expected to be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Sentencing is set to begin at 2:30 this afternoon. In a few weeks from now, you're going to see more police if you ride the blue and green lines. Metro Transit announcing it's boosting security this winter, especially during peak travel times and at the end of the day. Safety officials say there's now 116 police officers and 26 community service officers, the highest staffing they've seen since 2021. More supplemental security officers are being trained to help cover high traffic locations like the Nicollet Mall stations as well. Well, no contract, no coffee. That's one of the Starbucks biggest sale days of the year, Red Cup Day. And as you can see from our live camera here, union workers around the country and here at home are hitting the picket lines this morning. This is a live look from the Starbucks store on Silver Lake Road North in Minneapolis. These workers started their strike just about 30 minutes ago. The union authorized the strike last week, saying the company failed to meet their demands on pay, staffing, and labor violations. Now, Starbucks spokesperson tells USA Today that the overwhelming majority of their locations are expected to remain open today and to serve customers as they normally do. They'll be handing out these free reusable red cups, so to customers who order a holiday drink. All right,